Hello. All right, this should be a good one because I am pretty sure I made a lot of mistakes yesterday. God, I thought that was. I had the VOD feed open for a second, but thought it was the game feed. I genuinely just got confused. All right, let's get to it. Why is it behaving strangely? It's acting very corrupt. Weird. It looked completely fine as I went live. All right, I think that's good enough. All right, where are we at? All right, the Jabba fight. I don't know if there's actually that much we did learn here. It all kind of came together as it was being played. I mean, the news about it being a possible 65 is certainly pretty sick. That would be a neat tool under our tool belt. The only thing I was maybe thinking about is we do have 1,000 modded for crit damage and crit chance, but I mean, even as it's up on screen, like, as cool as the 1,000 kill shot thing is, the fact that we're on this cron meta right now makes it a little bit harder for 1,000 to actually line up the kill shot. This, I mean, the fighting moment really just came down here, right? Like, weirdly enough, for pretty much the first time I can ever remember, this UI in the top right with the expanded health bar next to the icon of the name actually seems like weirdly key. Because you can kind of just watch it and determine the pace and rhythm. So if we hit a Saj here, it's probably going to be what? Marin is full protection. Be a 64 or a 63? I imagine it would have to be a 63, but now I'm second guessing myself. It doesn't matter, the Marin's protection is full, right? If it wasn't full, it'd be a 64, I guess. So yeah. We are more or less gambling. And it's a 50-50 for a 63 and a 50-50 for a 65. I mean, that's not bad. Is there any way we can actually refine that, though? Wait, what if this is just the same takeaway as at the start? If we hit the Asajj revive, what if we just start... Man, this is getting fucking weird. Okay. If we do the same technique we started doing at the start of the match with the double revive, Again, as long as he's not threatening ult. Would it be possible to just start fishing for revive? Maybe 10% health higher or something like that? That worst case scenario, if you hit Asajj revive first, you could just fish for Tals and then try to outro with Tals and Mass. Can we get this to a consistent 65? Or reasonably consistent? We get them all back with third special? Yeah, that is what we did. But I'm trying to figure out, right? Because we did Merit. We were like, okay, Jabba's about to die. Marin revive. We hit Talzin revive. But if we hit Asajj revive, we can't get everyone back to full health. So it would be a 63. Right? It would just be more than likely Asajj revives. Asajj does basic. Talzin gets revived, but they both have below full health. So you'd be taking a -4 from a 67. But what I'm trying to figure out is instead of... Because right now it's a 50-50, right? But what if we just get comfortable enough with this matchup that we just say, no, okay, right? It's... We can't lose for forcing a revive as long as Jabba has sufficiently low ult charge. You know, the next time he rolls out death, so Sasha's just gonna die anyway. Like, right? We are ultimate immune. The worst case scenario would be we fumble the bag. Just like, you know, what's the worst case scenario? Talzin can't die. We can't kill before Jabba gets to ult. Jabba ults. His health resets. We can't kill. That's the nightmare scenario. I don't think we're going to run into that problem for the current setup. Especially with the current Kron is nice. 130% tenacity, 30% health. Should be pretty consistent about making sure that Talzin dies. There's layers here, man. The problem is, if we do get Asajj back first, she might actually need a decent runway worth of damage left to go. I mean, this is how many basics? Now, it's an R9 Jabba, or it's an R8. If the Jabba's R9, that simultaneously makes it harder and easier, because he should take less damage per increment, so it should be easier to measure it out. And we can also kind of lean on Plague to give us a margin of error. But also, if we do the Asajj fishing, we actually need to make sure that we're ready for the Plague to cash out. Because the Jabba takes 2 turns back to back, it could be that we were like, okay, the Jabba will survive 4 Asajj basics, but he may not survive 4 Asajj basics and 2 rounds of the Plague that you applied, alright? There's going to be some finesse going on here, but again, I feel like there's actually incredibly low risk when you piece things together. Low risk as long as your board looks like this state. Where Jabba, you know, you get to the end stage, Jabba's only really like 50%, 60%, 75%. You have a lot of leeway before Jabba gets to ults. At the moment that you start smelling like Jabba's getting close to ults, you just go back to default play pattern and you just go pick up the win. Right? I don't know. This seems like a very worthwhile pursuit. It can be refined. It can be improved. I guess Relic Delta might make this harder to do. I don't know if that ever translates to relicking up Talzin. I don't... Doesn't she have crit avoidance mastery? Like, obviously we are quite happy to just have her die more easily. Accuracy, crit avoidance, and damage. Yeah. I can't say there's no world where relicking up Talzin makes sense, but this whole Pursuit of 65 thing is interesting. And we do need to kind of question our Asajj relic. Asajj is a much safer R9 because it's a lot easier for her to just naturally make herself killable with her stacking health. Right. Alright. Notes. How legible is this? Something like that, maybe? That's my mod setup for Marin's mods other than tenacity. You need a bunch of percent protection, you need a bunch of percent defense. 3 protection primaries, 3 tenacity sets. Heavy emphasis on defense and tenacity on the secondaries and some percent protection. I don't know if my Marin is. Yeah, I think she's untouched. She's not really sharing mods with other people at the moment. Technically, could try to roll the offense over to tenacity. Not that percent offense is bad here, but I don't assume Marin does terribly much. Maybe. But assuming that our core interest is survival, right? Flat health, good roll over tenacity. Speed to tenacity as well. Yeah, basically, you just want to mod to be as anti-thermal jet as possible. So, you know, under certain conditions, maybe crit avoidance arrow could be within range. But, for now, 3 protection, tenacity cross with good protection and defense. Yep. That's it, really. Just try to get your tenacity up, try to get your protection way up, try to get your armor way up. If your tenacity is super high, health isn't technically bad, but I wouldn't exactly call it welcome. You know, Jabba forces you to hold deaths if nothing else, and you're very unlikely to ever die to it. But if your Marin is like low on life, you never want to be in a position where you have to question, right? Alright. Where were we? Oh god, fucking studio mode. It did not show. Alright, speedrun. One more time, real quick. Protection, 5 roll defense, 4 roll tenacity. This could go 4 roll defense, 3 roll tenacity. A bit suboptimal, but expensive. 5 roll protection, 4 roll percent defense. Would kind of prefer the defense over protection, but both are good. Streamer luck abuse. Easy game for babies. Yeah, by roll defense for protection. God, would kind of prefer tenacity, but whatever. By roll protection. By roll protection for roll defense. Yeah. Basically that. Marin does not have to worry about her speed at all. So, you get the idea. Just do that everywhere. Alright. I was thinking about this last night. This is the second fight, right? Maz versus LV. Whether or not we should just take the 65, it's hard to say, because didn't Quig actually take a decent amount of beating over the course of this? The answer is apparently no. I thought he did. I mean, the boy does have bulwark, so I guess it's not exactly indicative. Quiggold is also offering the Taunt Dispel. I don't know if SM33 can take care of all taunts on site. We see something other than your mods. I am looking at Streamlabs OBS and I see what I'm showing you. Are you talking about the YouTube feed? I have corrected YouTube down. Thank you. But yeah, Twitch should be fun. Twitch looks correct to me. Oh, yeah, okay. Sick. Yep, thank you. I got thrown off by CD mode. I mean, it might just have to be a leap of faith moment. I think definitely I would want to start at 4. But also I was trying to remember and realize, like, we never actually just got to LV, like, ult AoE ability block, did we? Yeah, like, he popped ult and that was just kind of it. There was actually a decent amount of crit damage going on that salvo. I guess it was not just the true damage. Wait, was there any true damage at all aside from the Maz one? For some reason I thought there would be more. One hit for 118, 940? I think that was SM33 with the last strike. So Quiggle here offered us to call him to assist to dispel the taunt, but does that timing matter at all? He tried to taunt there, but the buff immunity from SM33 blocked the retaunt. I don't know, man. This looks very undermanable. I feel like this is really just a question of, like, how much is Bulwark making this look easier than it would if it was going on your squishier members. I wish I could attack at the end of a round once just to try to fish for holes and then risk this. It seems so viable. Like, the one risk, I guess, being DCT getting Order 66 access. That Quiggle could kind of just no-sell it, but again, squish your units, maybe. I like a character like Wrecker. I almost said Reckled. Quiggled isn't actually providing any passive effects that kind of enforce you to need him to be there. That a sufficiently tanky team, I think, will just be chill. This was kind of a nothing burger. Just, yeah. Turbo Star Killer continues to be sick. No real further questions. It's extremely easy, especially in metas where you don't have to worry about your damage output because we just have crit damage plus dark side buffs. Shit's free. No. We did technically misplay, right? I needed to just cash out the stun on Ben. I just let him play the video game. We lost a banner here. I know there's anything to be said that we'd like try to modify the turn order to let the heal block fall off, but doesn't have like 4 turns. Like Starkiller probably cycled a decent amount. How many turns do we take? It does not help that he removes your TM. Alright, 1 turn. 2 turn. We were halfway. We were literally just halfway. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you try to stun Ben, like, don't get the stagger or whatever, shit happens. But if we're gonna insist on continuing to do this, we do just need to be less lazy, be more mindful. There was no reason to let this pop off. Like, the worst thing you could say is, oh, by getting rid of shock. Like, I think I was trying to withhold stun until Mara could remake the shocks, but, like, also, we had, yeah, I did it right here. Starkiller Barrel, so that at least JK could ever rate on, and we don't necessarily hate Critivity being most of the other people. Yeah, could have played it slightly better, but I don't. It's not even really noteworthy. Just like, hey, wait the fuck up. Like, yeah, the matchup is free, but that doesn't mean you don't use your buttons when you need to use your buttons. You don't control the people. No Ezra just puts me to sleep, I guess. Right? It's like when Ezra's there, you're just like, I must make sure this man never plays. And like, while Ezra is more of an existential threat, if we're just trying to play clean, we need to treat Ben with the same amount of reverence, just in regards to saving a banner or 2. Yeah. Sure. This, I know there was some weirdness. I'm just not an experienced Leia player. I am far more preferential as a Leia poster. So the heal block dropped off. And then it's like the passive. What's the actual clause? Let me. The start of the turn, all other rebel allies recover health equal to 100% of the damage Leia received since her last turn. If their health is already at 100%, they recover this amount of protection instead. So, we can reasonably deduce It is based on the flat amount of damage, so modding Jin to not be on protection would actually make it slightly easier to recover her protection banners. But I guess you have to be full health to get protection, so maybe. But she's going to be taking incidental chip more in her protection, so I think that still holds true. Remember Leia versus Ahsoka. But then again, like, we're gonna have to go over this here shortly. We should not be playing Leia versus Ahsoka anymore, but I guess it's still good to know anyway. This, I think, just made it an unnecessary. Right, because, like, imagine what would have happened if, like, Radis got exiled or something instead. Oh no, it's on start of Leia turn. You had 0 luck with your Leia going versus Ahsoka Tano. Kind this time around. It seems to me they killed Adrad and Jin their first round of turns. Is it because of this bit? They had TM preload, you did not. I mean, holistically, we didn't technically need it, but you know, right? Like, it was still unnecessary to just let them roll over us at the start like that. Use Adrad FTC. Yeah, we just need to ensure that we go first. All right, look at my board state and then imagine how much worse it could have gone. Like permanent exile plus fracture on Radis or whatever, we just can't help them. I don't know if exile like prevents a rise post defeat or it's literally harkening back to like the raid discussion. What I remember of that is that in PvP you can, but in the raid you could not. But don't quote me on that. It's been a hot forever. It's a 10-year anniversary for a fucking reason. It's been 10 years. But yeah, something along those lines, right? I seem to remember at least isolate. That was for isolate, so maybe isolate also just has different properties. But yeah, I mean, ult just tends to be kind of the I win button. Did we finish 65 here? I got rid of it and she pretty much thought, yeah, we got a 64 here. Okay, I take it back. I don't know why I'm regenerating. What? Sorry, what? Does she have the Rogue One buff? No, I don't think so. Is it because of the Drogon buff? Nope. I don't know what's causing it. Is it because Drogon assisted? Just a random explosion of healing. I'm pretty sure it's not Jin related. I don't know. Okay. New thought. If that's pretty much how this is going, then we just need to try to contest ship. I don't know where it's coming from, but I know that it apparently exists, which means that we need to lean into it. Alright, what else do we do? We did QA against Maz, I remember that. Oh, this. Okay. Few immediate thoughts already. BB2 versus Hondo is next. Oh, yeah, C is after. Alright, we'll get to C will be get there, I guess. A lot of thoughts on both. Alright, this is like the premier fucking problem. I know I misplayed this a bunch. I know the modding also just fucking blows. We didn't figure out a good way to survive this week. So, misplay number one here was obviously not using Mark. Just kind of goes without saying, yeah, I should probably opt into letting my crosshair start hitting stuff at 10 stacks. That seems like a wise thing to be doing. But yeah, because our turnaround is so fucked up, we're basically missing a good like 2 or 3 extra rounds of going infinite compared to how I played last season. I use teal here, but if we're trying to play for banners, I feel like I should save it. Like, basic there is probably fine unless we absolutely just need to cleanse something, but I don't think I don't think the pirates put out anything that we absolutely have to cleanse. Alright, because our turn order is so god-awful, like, we're finally infinite, but literally only Omega has turns after this, which means that the train is just guaranteed to drop. Wait, no. This was a misplay. Alright, the best copium I could put on this is I was just hoping that I was gonna one-shot him, but like, he's not gonna get one-shot from there. It's the first night. Literally the first night. We don't have any stacks on it. Yeah. We fucked up. I fucked up. We could have just hit one. Well, is that true or does it matter? If I snipe one-shot somebody and they get revived in the turn after, like, if I just go snipe Silvo right now, would Silvo be marked when Hondo revives? Well, would Hondo even have turn meter when or would he even have ult when he goes? It looks like S23 goes next, so maybe? But S23 doesn't interact with Prophet, so maybe not. But we can't assume that, right? Like, it could be an OG Hondo with that slot that might. Point being, I think hitting Hondo guarantees bad things, but I think if we just go fuck with the sides, that actually may make it more playable. I do think I messed up here. Like, don't get me wrong, this week is going to be a little bit survival horror in this matchup until I can correctly mod my Bad Batch 2. To be absolutely sure on that front. But it doesn't mean we have to play like dog shit either. To ASKO tournament, I mean, I'm dog shit at the moment. I'm only aware of a handful of Galaxy of Heroes people who play. Perhaps there are more I don't know about. I just need to practice, man. I need to put some time in. Oh, crosshair accuracy down. Not having accuracy arrow is also going to be a little bit unfortunate this week, I think. We will have it week 2 and 3. Look how often it's affecting us. We need to be going for Silva here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just not having accuracy arrow here. All right. I mean, that was something I noticed is like he went down a whole lot easier after we stacked up our armor pen a bit. A lot of the problems just go away with being modded correctly, unfortunately. Like we could try to make some adaptations for this week, but past that, holy fuck. So a big question I have here is, could we make this a better enterprise for just one primary, plus some data crunch, that investment? Like he's crediting for 86,000. Like obviously Link is eating up crits, but we can only really link people like Joe Costa early on. Yeah, they're both critting. And they usually sit at about 100% crit chance. I don't know if they have vulnerable anywhere. Jedi Vanguard. That bodes poorly for the idea. Rank Depth's turn inflict vulnerable for one turn. I mean, it's only one turn for whatever that's worth. Well, let's just watch. I scroll back and immediately we have it. I assume that's step of basic. Yeah. Step of basic one turn. How many people hit us during that time? Barely gets hit. It's already gone. Our speed would also kind of impact how long vulnerable lasts. We could always speed back up. I think linking Depa is correct if we're just trying to go for the manual Depa kill. Why did it pause? I mean, our health pool is significantly bigger than our protection pool. So yeah, I'd like to imagine that, like, if the Kron has double crit damage and they're back at Relic 9, like we practiced against last season, I imagine this still works. I think we looked at my C's mods and I don't think it's actually as good as it could be either. Which Kron has the... There's an FTC that has, like, health defense and crit avoid, but it's only, like, 30% defense or something, I think. God, we could just run Swordy Crown, actually. That's kind of sick. Fuck. Oh, that's tempting. 75% crit avoid, 125% defense. It would bode poorly for a different thing, though. Trench Kron is 55% health, 55% crit avoidance, 30% defense. I don't know about that. The fact that defense applies to the protection that we steal matters so much, I think. Sword card idea is not shabby, but would cause some ripple effects I'd have to stew on. Roller Run, if it wasn't so damn important, would also obviously be sick. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, I think I have some confidence gained here. We will know if it's going to be a potentially sweaty Steve versus Mace match, but I 100% think it's possible. This was just a shit show. I don't even know what to think here. The death arc was crazy and unfortunate, but like, we just need crew back. Like, this is the most pointless of honor view. Like, if crew is standing where CLS is standing, problems just start solving themselves. That was, I mean, CLS is hyper fucking squishy, so DI was always going to go onto him, but even just like, DI did get dispelled fairly quickly. But fortunately, yeah, that was crazy fucking fortunate. I don't know, man. I'm still not used to holding Seer. It doesn't really feel like the faction has a whole lot of protection regen inherently possible. That maybe the best way to better banners is just to get comfortable with undersizing here. Seems a little bit easier said than done. For how volatile Inquisitor Kron is, but like, what do you do if Seer or if Third Sister just goes last and you don't get DI until after Nine Sisters already possibly ripped your face off? But that shit just sounds horrifying to me. I cannot say I'm a fan. Yeah, I mean, this is just, yeah, fucking health mod your monster for posting it. Both for QA and for third sister purpose. Art. Great mother. Too many family members in various factions now. Simple that. I mean, there's nothing really to say here, right? Just extremely dominant matchup. The only question you could maybe question is, does Pow or does Qui-Gon even need to be here? If this is just Pow sweep. If you were really just trying to go for a big punish. Most of the time I would prefer cutting Pow for Qui-Gon, but if this is just a let it rip type scenario. Yeah, I don't know. Cutting Qui-Gon might be a bit unnecessary. If the scenario calls for like an attempt for a 68, then like I don't think it's entirely unheard of, but you would literally just be trying to cycle a second Pow turn. We don't have to watch Amalgus, I don't think. Like, just lousy all around. I was a little bit surprised that they managed to just kill him, though. This is just ferocity being ferocity moment. Maybe killing Rose was actually a mistake. Because Rose makes the tenacity up that makes them debuff us a lot more, and now they weren't giving us as much regen. That being said, still have absolutely zero interest in continuing this matchup. Because immediately right after, what do we do? And I'm pretty sure this could have been a two-man. Like, I don't think there's any real reason Captain Rex needed to be here. That was technically a misplay. I should have retargeted. Because the targeting got swapped off of Finn over to OG Finn. Technically we could have gone for a fear somewhere more constructive. And then that happens. Oh, wait, no. Luthen does defense shred, right? So we should always point Luthen at whoever we intend to kill. Yep. Targeting me has a defense reduced by 30% until the next time Luthen uses his basic ability. There you have it. Did not matter. Zori just gets fucking dropped immediately. But we could have had a 30% defense shred on top of that, on top of the double hit that would have come if the first hit did not kill. Yeah, so Luthen, extremely good team. Only gonna keep getting better as I get better at figuring out ways to exploit them. Fucking nice. The counterattack immediately immediate kill on RH Poe Cinema. Captain Rex with the most why are you here shit. Obviously doing well for himself, but I think we could agree the match is pretty much over at this point. Yeah. Trust the good teams to do good things. And yeah, the first time I actually got to try Bane Savage. The attempt to stop Bane from absolutely sabotaging your banners. I guess small question. Also, I'll put it down. The question to me is, when Bane taxes, does it give Savage Terminator? That's a yes. Very interesting. So basically, for having taxed him, he gets to take a turn faster to undo that tax. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Obviously, we would still be happier with something like possibly Bane Malik, and then Traya Savage 2-man or Traya Savage Talon 3-man. But board stay pending, right? This is still a very nice thing to keep in mind, back pocket. This fight was very goofy. The days from Hunter Marks and then like Hunter Spear taxing our protection. I'm like, should I have just killed Hunter first, maybe? Like 100% ad minimum, I should have been controlling Hunter cooldowns as well. Like we eventually got there and got a 67, but for a GL versus non-GL undersize, there was a lot more texture here than I was expecting. I don't know that I would really want to try 2-man with this. That seems like a bridge too far. Like you really do risk Crosshair coming online then. James, I don't know if there's anything to really say. It was, I mean, everything else went pretty much normally. It was just maybe I need to bring a reinforcement here. I mean, so exec winning for 77 potentially is interesting. But then it would be Leviathan against 2 again? Leviathan against Empire? That sounds fine. I'd be more concerned if it was Thrawn, but for whatever reason, everyone and their fucking mother runs Tarkin for reasons I do not understand. And possibly never will. $76 there. Yeah, so I could have done a better ship spread, potentially. Interesting or worth noting that 2 reinforcement was only 1 banner less. Does Emperor Shuttle heal? I know it heals health. I don't know if it heals protection. %50 max on the protection. Yeah. A slight top up, but not necessarily. And at that point, you almost might as well just run like Plo Koon. I don't know if I don't remember if running non-Sith fucks up anything for you. But if you could. I mean, this is from last season alone. Like, cool. Yeah, there's something to be said that like maybe you should just start to respect Houndstooth Opener more, just for its relative safety at times. Just out of curiosity. Hey, wow, look. That's crazy. Immediate vindication. You telling me that the capital ship that punishes you for slightly stalling out by immediately killing a ship performs better? Literally running a stall outcome? Why the fuck are people running Executor? Or Executrix? I should have listened to my gut, man. Literal immediate vindication. Like, just across all matchups, the banner averages immediately showing lower. Like, you could maybe say that it's due to smaller sample size, but I don't know, man. Look. Exactly. It's like 76, 75, 75, 75. Literally just better. Literally just better. This is across all seasons, by the way, right? Wake the fuck up. Executrix is shit. Chimera actually does some things that your fleet might be interested in to try to get some banner tax. But the side TIE fighters, yeah. Best of luck with that. I mean, if we bring a reinforcement, it possibly offers us either more foresight for more tanking. I know we looked up a while ago on what the dagger protection regen clause is, and I'm pretty sure it's nothing the player can actively force out, right? I believe you are at the mercy of AI targeting to give you the regen. Okay, we did not see a second reinforcement. Dear God. Yeah, SAS just seems necessary. Wait, if it was a problem, then Phoenix Mark 6 wouldn't have existed. I mean, do we ever just pull Plo to offense? Is that the read? The hope to play? It would also let you put taunt on B28 more often. That would certainly be welcome. Yeah, I mean, he's representing 85% protection regen. I don't know, man. That fleet's fucking dying in a defense anyway, right? What are you doing here? Like, it would smell the roses. Blow. You're fired and also simultaneously hired. You folks, I don't even know. Go get him, champ. That just says like value. I don't know. Famous last words, I guess. Literally, like, why not even run that with bounty hunters? Plo is just a bomb will apply to everything, I guess. Alright. Standard, I don't think so. Punishing one very well might be. Yep. The figures. I mean, that does open the question of maybe there's some spots where you get better banners by punishing one. Cut punishing one, run Plo Koon, get better banners? Question mark. I don't know. This just sounds real. I mean, let's audit. What's going on? What's up, me? Before I should judge you, perhaps it's only fair. So does it for photo, dude. Shocker. So does 6 exact. Shocker. So does it for profundity. Yep, what's going on offense? Like, I'm running spy reinforcement for exactly the reason of, like, hey, fuck you, I'm just gonna try to gamble and see if I can scam you a little bit. Right. I don't think that's unfair. It's pretty self-aware. Hey, fucking look, Profundity 73. Not that Profundity against Malevolence is particularly comfortable, but that's the fate they chose for themselves. Spy doing spy shit. Who am I to complain? Fucking A. Yeah, been there, bud. I fucking know that feeling. Wait, I was talking more from the opposite side, I guess. I don't really know that feeling, but I'm sorry that happened to you. Hey, again, spy doing spy shit. Hit him with the mass. Hit him with the reinforcement. Do what you were built to do. Fuck yeah, bud. Hey, yeah. It passes the tests. Plo Koon offense flux. Let's keep the boy in mind. Isn't Plo Koon the motherfucker who was doing Force Lightning anyway and said that it wasn't actually evil? The motherfucker's already basically a Sith anyway. Congratulations. You're now officially on the team. Yeah. Alright. I mean, I can talk about the mod holes, but I feel like they're relatively self-explanatory. Like, my Luthen is already pretty damn good, but if we're gonna shoot for 2-mans... Oh, for whatever reason, I'm pretty positive that I fixed this last season, but maybe it was only in 33. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess just because she was on defense and I was feeling myself, I guess, but my Treya has ended up being on speed arrow, offense, cross, in both fucking modes. Which is not the worst. Like, if you're trying to be greedy, playing on defense and just trying to blow people up, I'm not gonna say that's the worst thing. But 2025 either on defense or on offense undersizing. I just want the fucking health primary spin. Put the offense on the secondary. Put the crit chance on the secondary. It'll be okay. Being adults. Put the fucking health prayer on. Are you insane? Are you trying to die? I haven't really theory crafted for Ray at all. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that there's much theory crafting to be done for Ray. The majority of the theory crafting that I have put in so far and will probably continue to put in is heal blocks are probably a good thing to be thinking about right now. That's how I got psyched on a little bit of attacks myself, right? And that was just old Ben. Just a Ray griefing trying to check your banners a little bit, right? As much as I was disrespecting the Ray ult 9, there is something to be said for Ray ult plus heal block as just a blanket, like, I don't know who got targeted here. Maybe Ben just ignored taunted, hit some random person. JTR is relatively slippery. I think it actually creates a very real possible use case for JTR. Like, this Ray team is pretty sauceless, but I would say it's a little bit greasy. It's a little bit slimy. The Wrecker thing probably just needs to go. Alright, did I say Wrecker? Basher? I mean, Jabba got a hold last round. Man, I would love to pull Sorty for C. I mean, maybe that's just like a breaking case of emergency type scenario. And yeah, like I know the rest of my pirates are probably in pretty solid shape. Yes, sir. But for whatever reason, I was like pretty damn sure that my Honda was spiced up at the end of last 5v5 season, but I guess not. Yeah. Like everyone else is dressed to impress. It's just he's the only one wearing clown shoes right now. I don't know why the fuck. I don't know what happened. I don't necessarily hate this. You are just like so fucked. I do not know what to say for you. I may have got a hold. Congrats to them. I don't know what was used. The KB Joe supremacy continues. Are they just born to die? I mean, it's not like Trey LV would fare that much better against Boz. In fact, you could arguably would almost be worse. What is the Ang, if anything? There may just not be one. I don't know. Hmm. I don't know if the angle is just to pull him. Monitor just keeps sliding forward. Fuck. This I feel good about right now. Like, obviously, I'd rather slide to a situation where I have this amount of bulk on a first order cron. I think we're seeing this. If you're posting SLK on defense, who gives a fuck about the 6 and 9? If you can have them, so be it, but I'm like, depending on what the meta settles on being used for SLK, my spidey senses tingling and telling me, like, it's just health and bulk. Like, health and bulk. And wait and see what they do next. So I think there's any angle with high defense secondaries or thing for LV, or is that shit just cooked? I will say when I VOD reviewed, in my mind, when I prepared for this season, I imagined a bunch of true damage being slung, and that's not actually what happened. So now I'm not sure. Because in theory, defense could start to try to matter a little bit, but it's just so fucking offense boosted that it's like, I don't know. It's a very steep thing to try to place a bet against. Like, he's not really built for the occasion right now. Yeah, I mean, it's better, but not really defended. I don't know. I mean, I'll try it for week 2 for sure. In fact, I'm kind of surprised he's off of it because I thought I was still back on it. Because I used to be running it for Seer Malicos. I guess I might have sped him back up and put some damage on him because I switched to the cooldown increase plus crit damage. I mean, the problem is the true damage will stack up over time, but still, like, we're in a scenario where we have a Datacron set with a fuck ton of bulk. That layering Antivus on top, at minimum, can't hurt to start. I'll just put it down. You know, we have no idea why I got a hold, but if I am putting my foot down that I believe that Keller and Beck can spice the team up, then we should be able to fish for ideas there at next lock-in. All right. I think that just about sums it up. Shall we do some 2XCM? Good God, this thing is have to. It still surprises me. All right. I need to cook. I need to practice. I need to become less shit. Wait, how did he get a big beard? I didn't see one. Oh, that's why he runs Teemo Sidekick. That's fucking cheesy. I did not expect that to actually clip him. I could have followed. That could have been a job. Why did he just burn all of his fury for no reason? Late. Well, there's the shit we practiced. Better. I think it's really cool that this team can actually just swap points seamlessly, and I think it makes sense. Yeah, he's quick on responding to that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he has Fury or not. Keep him guessing. I forgot about the Vi Grand Slam pickup with Ari. Dude, I need to start like taking notes so I can remember all this stuff. That was a really nice air block he got. I thought I was gonna catch him with the Grand Slam anti-air Vi assist. I should have done the back assist so I could have swapped an air projectile to kill him. I was slow. Nah. I feel like I watched him fall into that heavy. He's pretty much just mashing anytime I come in range. I just need to stop mashing in response. Why are my directions dropping? Did he crouch under my jab? Uh, why are my directions dropping so much today? Why did it bounce back? I just don't know how to deal with this range. Like, why am I not getting diagonals at? How was I not protected from Thor because I was in a hit stun or a block stun? No jump? I'm dropping a bunch of directions that I don't know why. Ugh. And the assist stuff mine. Ari swap. I have like dash cancels just don't exist today apparently. What am I doing wrong? What like what? They're good with the throw reactions. I should have figured they were gonna keep trying to hero parry it. Late on the vibe. I just need to get better at like covering myself when I get. Nope. Should have been a down H. I'm fucking off with it using down H. Did that just lose the orb? I guess I did earlier. He's doing more lows. And I suck at dealing with lows. That almost worked. That was horrible, but it did technically work. I tried to jab. I got a weird habit. It doesn't even feel like a weird habit because I figured I would float there, but like I tried to down super, and I guess I'm just too close to the ground, so it just ends up being like Oki setup. But I'm trying to get like a quick thing out. What the? They're just only blocking everything. I just need to start throwing more. Build up the mental stack. I tried to retreating guard too early. Why did that not work? Why didn't I fucking get the tag? Oh, there this works. Oh, it does. I don't know if I'm just doing a bunch of inputs early tonight. The hell is going on? I have no idea how, like, what rank that player was. At first, I thought it was like a mismatch in my favor, and then they pulled out a bunch of shit that I'm pretty bad at. They just don't play ranks. That was a horrible break. I basically just done my break for free. How does he recover on getting hit faster than I do on hitting him? Huh? A whole lot of blitz tonight. Mommy. What in the fuck are you talking about? I am not playing as Arya. Mommy. Please, bud. fucking sniper over here. Mommy. Come on, baby. Don't ask. Alright. The boys are hungry and restless. I should probably go take care of them. Alright. Good session. Might do some more 2XA later. We shall see. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Peace.